Hello and welcome to another episode of our Speakeasy podcast. I am John.
And I am Ken.
Nice to see everybody again.
Yes.
Nice to see you, Ken.
Nice to see you, John.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Nice shirt. Matches my hat.
Yeah. I mean...
And your hat matches my underwear.
Can I see?
Sure. What's going on, bud?
Not much, man. Not much. I went to one of my original go-to breweries recently. John's wearing a shirt.
Yes, sir.
I stopped on my way up to my house up in the Catskills. I stopped over at Equilibrium.
One of my faves.
Yes, but it was weird. They were doing all this construction on the road, so it really detoured me around, and I was like, how the heck? And I parked on the main avenue and walked across the street, and it turns out I think I could have snuck a little bit through the traffic cone area
to get into the parking lot.
Yeah. I only bought 2 4-packs of beer, so it wasn't I was carrying a lot.
Did you have some while you were there?
Some beer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I had lunch. So that if anyone doesn't know, Equilibrium, Middletown, New York. They have a little barbecue kind of restaurant going on there too as well. Yep. And the barbecue's pretty damn good.
Pretty good. Best French fries too.
Yeah, the French fries are good. I actually am more of a steak cut kind of French fry kind of guy. They have the thin kind of.
Yeah, I'm a thin, fresh cut.
Oh, I like the thick.
Yeah.
John likes them thin. I like them thick. What can you say?
Like our women.
Yeah, we had. I had it was a Nashville hot chicken sandwich.
Little pickle on there.
Yeah, the thing is, though, I didn't realize it came with fries. I thought everything was a la carte there.
Oh, so you got an extra order of fries?
No. I ordered potato salad. It was some kind of Texas potato salad or something. Right. I ended up eating the meal, and I'm like, just give me a lid for potato salad. I have it later. Yeah. I'm like, I'm not gonna have all this potatoes. That's a lot. But it's a cool spot. I brought back these. What do we have here, John?
Did you film yourself in there?
Actually, I did have a clip, guys. I'll insert that right now before we start talking about those beers. How about that? Let's put it in right now. What's up, guys? It's Ken from the Speakeasy Podcast. Right now, I'm at Equilibrium in Middletown, New York. I am having their stacked pistachio chocolate cake. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. I just got a pour of this. I haven't even tried it yet. I'll try it before I close this out. Quick glimpse of the brewery over there. I actually see the head brewer over there sitting at the bar. Cool spot. They have a separate area for buying cans. Got some fun games out here. Cool spot. They did a really great job. They had been in a different location, and I think right before COVID, they opened up this one here. And just to give you a quick look. Sorry, all the spinning. It's a little outdoor area here. They have cornhole out here sometimes, and they actually have another area up front too, which I'm not going to go to, with more seating as well. Let's give this one a try. Every once in a while, I'll treat myself with a stout, and just because they could be a little harsh on me once in a while. But this is really good, really good. Great job, as always. Check out Equilibrium in Middletown, New York. Later.
All
cool.
Right.
Yeah,
That's
look. The size
man.
of that place. They originally were at another location. I don't know if did you ever go to the original?
Yeah.
Okay.
Up in the attic there.
Yes. Yeah. They had the tap room up in the attic, which So I think we've talked about this before, but originally it was the Equilibrium, and then there was a restaurant there. I always thought the restaurant was Equilibrium's restaurant,
right.
but it was a separate restaurant. But originally they served all Equilibrium's beers. And then they had the food there, and then they had a little tap room area in the restaurant. It was just dedicated to the Equilibrium beer. So they had a nice thing going. I think something happened, and I knew something happened when you started seeing Equilibrium beers start to fall off their menu.
Yeah.
And it was other beers. I was like, oh, cool, they have other beers here now, and this and that. And then I heard that there was a little something
falling out.
Yeah, a little falling out or something that happened.
You know what? Sometimes that's a blessing in disguise because their place now is amazing.
Yes. So I think that Equilibrium, the owner of Equilibrium, I think he actually owns that building where the restaurant was too. But there was something else. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. But then they still have that one. I still think they brew there. And
they do.
They still use that.
But then they have the other facility, which is much bigger. Cool spot. You'll see, as you saw in the video.
Yeah, outside there's a lot of tables and cornhole, and
Yeah.
they always have games and
There's
stuff
a
for
lot
the kids.
going on. Very
and,
family friendly.
Yeah, very family friendly.
So I brought home the South Street. What's the South Street?
South Street Pills.
Yeah.
At 5.5%. This is a Foder aged Pilsner, which means it was aged in a very large oak barrel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Foder aged.
Yes.
I had to look it up.
John getting educated.
Yeah, so when they ferment it, it is in a large oak barrel, 3 times the size of a regular barrel. It's like a gigantic
And
barrel.
just to not to say we never talked about, because I think we've talked about the Foder before.
Yeah, 100% with Drownlands.
Drownlands,
Yeah,
yes, they
yeah.
do the Foder stuff. Yeah.
But just as a reminder, anybody new watching, that's what it means.
Yes.
And let's give it a
Foderific.
try.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for bringing us back.
Yeah, definitely, man.
Pilsy.
Yo, Spoolery. Yeah.
That's good.
It's very good.
Very good.
As far as like I mean, like I said, John and I, you can see how we've evolved so much over this podcast, where we were just doing like
IPA after
IPAs
IPA.
and IPA after IPA after IPA, and now it's like it seems like we're doing a lot more Pilsners lately, or we kind of do both, I guess. But
I always look forward to a good Pilsner, though.
yeah. But this is good. I mean, it's crisp. It's delightful. This is a
There's a taste to it. There's right. I guess it's that Foder or Fooder, however you pronounce it.
maybe that is.
Type of fermenting.
yeah.
Damn good though.
Very good. Great job, EQ.
Let's toast this to our buddy here sitting with us.
Oh, Pee-wee.
Pee-wee.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy? Oh, well, we have to drink after we
Yeah,
toast,
we
right?
have to drink after we toast. Rest in peace.
But isn't it crazy how we were just talking about Wee Herman? What was it?
It was like literally, it was 2 weeks ago, and it was literally like the next day that
Yeah.
we filmed.
Yeah.
That he like.
Oh, yeah. Isn't that something, man? As far as the timing, we're like, oh my god, we cannot not talk about it, even though it's not necessarily it's almost old news, but yeah, it's something we were like, oh wow, we have to talk about it because it's just the
way we talked about it last week. I mean,
yeah, we were talking about Pee-wee's Playhouse, and we were just
Yeah.
having this whole conversation. I said, oh, I'm like, I think I even mentioned that I had a Pee-wee doll or something.
Yeah,
That I-
there it is.
There it is. I had brought it from my mother's house, and then like he croaked like right after.
Maybe that's a voodoo doll, and you did something to him.
I know.
What'd you do to Pee Wee, man?
I didn't do it. Yeah, but he had it was a silent battle with cancer apparently, and
it never. I'm actually surprised though. It's been a couple weeks, and it's not. I don't think it's come out what kind of cancer it was. I know. I haven't read anything.
yeah, I'm not sure.
Usually that sneaks out into public knowledge after a few days, but whoever kept it under wraps would have kept it under wraps.
Yeah,
I don't think he was married, children. I don't think he had.
No, I there was time. You know how there's always rumors and things like that. So he was very private about his.
Yeah, very private.
And he may have swung the other direction. I'm not
did
sure.
he?
I'm not 100%.
I never even heard that rumor. I mean, I know his character is fruity, but
there was.
but he always got the women in the movies.
Yeah, I know, but who knows? I mean, look at Elton John. He was married to a woman first,
Yeah.
and then he was what?
And when he got caught in the theater, I mean, he was watching,
Well, who knows what he was really looking at when he was in the
Yeah,
theater?
true,
There's an act of two going on there.
Yeah. I think I can't remember a couple weeks ago if we mentioned it, but about him in the movie theater. Did we talk about that
Yeah, we
briefly?
did, yes.
But since he passed, though, I'm reading everybody's tweets and quotes and stories, and everybody's like, I couldn't believe he did that. We lost so respect. He wasn't watching like Star Wars, like whacking off to Chewbacca. He was in a porn movie.
yeah. It was a theater that's what
Why
they
is
did.
that so surprising?
He was feeling lonely one night and said,
And he wasn't Pee-wee. He had the long hair and the
Yes.
beard. You wouldn't even know who he was if you sat next to him.
Yes. Yeah. It wasn't like he was dressed up in his outfit.
No.
And he's like, hey, look at me, guys. He wasn't trying to draw attention to himself. He was
No.
actually doing quite the opposite
Yeah.
with the way he looked.
Saying. It's not like he was, watching Titanic and he's like, oh, Kate Winslet's breasts.
He-
Or, you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
he was watching
Yes, he wasn't in a
porn
theater
movie.
where people and times have changed too. As far as that goes, I think now if that were to happen now, compared to, then. I think now people will be like, all right,
You think so?
I mean, look at.
I think it's just because of his character, because he was a children's character.
Well, that's a big part of it, but he didn't start out as a children's character.
Well,
We know
no,
that.
but at that time, though,
yes,
he was.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I just don't. I think people made so much
Well,
of a
there
big
was
deal about
other-
where the guy was isolated from
But
like the
there
entertainment
was-
for a little while.
Other things too that they said that he may have had child porn or something of that sort or whatever, but they said that was cleared. It was
Yeah.
something that they're like it was. You can be accused of anything these days. You can be accused of something that's 100% not true.
Yeah.
I can be accused of something. The whole it comes down to is that there's a lot of people out there who want to get someone in trouble or want to be, or they have their reasons or whatever.
But I'm like, you're going to a pornographic movie. What do you
Yeah.
expect is going to happen?
Yeah.
You don't go to Wendy's to watch people eat hamburgers. You know what I mean? You don't go to the gym to watch people work out.
Yeah.
You do what you're going to do.
We had a teacher in high school, Mrs. Singler. Remember Mrs. Singler?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And someone brought up Wee Herman or something, and she's like, "Oh no, 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 no!" You know how she was. She's very such an amazing woman. Don't get me wrong, but her opinion about it, and that was the great thing
liked
about
her a
her.
lot,
Yeah, the great thing about her is that you can speak your mind, and she even as dramatic as she was about it, you can still speak your mind. And I remember saying, I was like, Miss Singler, I was like, I mean, was he really doing something that was that horrible? Was he really? I'm like, what's a huge deal? And she's like, "Oh, her reaction." But she was funny. She was a character. But I remember even at that age when it happened, and around that time, or it was after it happened, I guess, because I was in high school. So, but still,
I mean, you're not going to watch that movie, for the plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
yeah. Cut the guy a little bit of a break. Whatever. The show was already done though at that point.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why he was arrested, because he whipped. You're not supposed to be doing that.
It's indecent exposure. Yes, that's what he got arrested for.
Don't have a movie theater for that.
But
stuff.
his show, I think his season, it was done. It wasn't during the filming of.
No, I think Pee Wee was. The Pee Wee's Playhouse was kaput.
Yeah, it was just about either maybe they had 2 episodes left. I'm not sure exactly how it was, but it was basically there. It was done.
Yeah, so he wasn't canceled because of that.
Yes,
but he did go into like a little hiatus for
He had small appearances here and there, like he was a vampire in Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
The one that lost his arm.
Yeah,
You remember?
yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
He was like he did voices for because
He was in Matilda.
Oh, he was okay.
Yeah.
He was so. He's really, because of Pee Wee, he's kind of what, in a way, put Tim Burton on the map. So Tim Burton, he did he did Edward Scissorhand, Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yep.
He did
Johnny Depp's boyfriend.
Yes, Johnny Depp's. He did everything from that to like Big Fish to Sweeney Todd, all these movies, and Tim Burton did Pee Wee's
The original.
Big Adventure.
Oh, The Big Adventure. Yeah,
That was
the original
that
movie.
was Tim Burton.
He didn't do the cartoon and stuff. I mean, the Saturday morning show.
No. But you know who else did the music for Pee Wee's Big Adventure? I don't know if you ever heard of Danny Elfman before.
Oh yeah, he's the most popular composer I think in movie history.
He was the lead singer of Oingo Boingo or something like that.
Was he really?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
Nice.
Tim Burton was a big fan or something.
Right.
And he's like, I want to use this guy, Danny Elfman.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman he was like, I've never composed anything before.
Dude,
like,
he's so popular as a composer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he's huge.
Yeah.
Huge. He did everything for Tim Burton. That's Danny Elfman.
Good for Pee Wee.
Yeah. So because of that, Pee Wee's big. Sometimes people don't realize, they're like, yeah, Pee Wee's Big Adventure was directed by Tim Burton, and people were like, really? What? That's crazy. Yeah. And because he just became such a big name, and like I said, Danny Elfman became such a big name. And he had great relationship with a lot of, Lawrence Fishburne, Phil Hartman we've discussed already, and they were on the show.
What's the other guy? He was on like Law and Order or something. Jimmy Smits. Wasn't he like the mailman or something?
Oh, was he?
And then he became pretty big. And
no, it was Reba the mail late. Unless they had a couple different mail people.
in the original Pee Wee show. Not the kid, the cartoon one, the original.
You mean not the kids show?
The original adult Pee Wee.
Oh, okay.
I got to go back and watch it.
Yeah, no big deal. But yeah, and as you can see, the Pee Wee doll was a big hit.
He is. Does he talk when you pull that, or is he done?
Oh, it's done.
Yeah,
it's done. Yeah, that the box on that thing is shot. It just sounds like a squeak. You can't even. It's not even distinguishable.
And look, his hand is all ready.
Oh, John. But yeah, it's a sad news to hear.
It's very sad.
Because I was such a big fan growing
Remember
up.
when he came back after that whole thing? Was it like Letterman or something? Or it was one of those late night talk shows?
Oh.
That's when he first came back as Pee Wee.
Yeah.
After the whole thing. He left. He was gone for a long time. Then he came back. Even though he had the hair, but it was still a little longer. Like,
Yeah.
he
Heard any
wasn't-
good jokes?
Yeah. Heard any good jokes lately? Oh, that was the MTV Movie Awards.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But even you see, like I was such a big Pee Wee fan. I have a bobblehead.
Yeah, I see
you
him
can't
up
see it
there.
here on camera, but I have a Pee Wee bobblehead.
It's actually kind of creepy because the light under it. Is
I
like-
know. It looks like he's on stage because the light shines up on him, and yeah, I think it's a perfect spot for it. Right there.
great.
I have little random trinkets and stuff around my my man cave here, and I got Ron Swanson Funko Pop up there, and yeah, it's there's a little something hidden everywhere around here, but yeah, sad to see him go.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah.
You know who I compare Pee Wee to? Ernest. Remember Ernest back in the day? Ernest was awesome.
He was
man.
good, but I don't think he compared to Pee Wee though.
But
man.
those type of movies, like Ernest was so good, man. And another guy who died young, you know. And
yeah, I know.
I love the Ernest movies.
I know. The 80s, man. The 80s. You know who's also big in the 80s? Metallica. What did I say? John told me the other day, he's like, I'm going to Metallica concert. What did I say to you? I said, fuck Lars.
Yeah. How do you not like Lars, man?
You know what it was? It was that whole Napster thing, I think, you know?
Yeah,
and I just always had a bad taste in my mouth because of him, because I'm like, you greedy.
They were the
whatever.
guys that took Napster off the map.
It wasn't Metallica. I think it was mainly just
just
Lars.
him? Yeah.
Lars was the one. He was a crybaby. And he didn't realize that, like, the whole MP3 thing and sharing of music.
That was a stepping stone.
That
man.
was the evolution of like what was to
Yeah,
come. That's what music became, and what it did for small bands and independent bands out there to get their names out there. I mean, nowadays you have YouTube and things like that, which are much more popular. But
But
that's
it all stemmed from
Yeah.
stuff like that.
yeah, it was because people were able to share their music.
I was stealing all my music back in the day off of Napster.
Well, that was the whole.
Put them on CDs.
Let me tell you. Sometimes I wanted to listen to something first
Right
before
before
I bought it.
100%.
So I didn't even download all the albums. Sometimes I would just listen to a couple songs, and I'm like, I like this.
Right.
If you have faith in your music, then
Yeah.
okay.
Then you shouldn't be no harm. Don't be scared of it.
Yeah, yeah. Don't be scared. So how was the concert, John?
I do have to say it was the best concert experience I ever had.
Really?
So my buddy Chris, who was on the show, he actually is looking to come back soon, so we're gonna have to do something with him.
Mm-hmm.
He works for a hotel, and the crew and the not the band itself, but like the lighting crew and the stage crew were staying there.
Oh wow.
He got them, all rooms. Like that's his job. He does big, he doesn't like work behind the desk.
Yeah.
He books rooms for people. And he's like, should I ask him for tickets? And we're like, yeah, ask him. So he asked, and the lady's like, yeah, sure. Give you 4 tickets. So my wife, me, him, his wife.
Yeah.
She said, call me when you get outside. So we get outside. We had to go to a certain gate, and she sent one of the stage managers or something out to get us, and we
Yeah.
got the little red pass.
Nice.
It said working,
Oh wow.
and then we had red bracelets. So he walks us inside, and we make a right, and we're looking around. I'm just walking, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. And all of a sudden, I see like drums.
Yeah.
I see guitars. We were backstage.
That's so awesome, man.
We were backstage, walking around. We go into the office where this lady was, and she was talking to us, telling about she's their travel director, so
Yeah.
she sets up everything when they go places, flights, hotels, blah blah blah, and so he goes. Chris is like, so what kind of we have seats or? She's like, seats. She goes, you ever been in the mosh pit before? We're like, no. You're like, you're about to. And the wives are like, no, we can't stand. We don't want to
Yeah.
stand. We don't want to be down there.
Yeah.
So she walks us down. We come out through like the tunnel where like almost like where the Giants run out.
Yeah.
We come out through the tunnel. and the stage was round, and then there was a pit in the middle.
Yeah.
All general admission, expensive, around, and then the seats. And she walks us under the stage into the center of this pit.
Yeah.
And Five Finger Death Punch was playing.
Yeah.
And dude, the guy was like right
Yeah.
there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like we were just, it was insane, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I never had a better experience in my life. We were
And
close.
and
we were
there-
slapping hands.
And there were free tickets then.
It was a thank you for
So there were free tickets. The lady gave them to you for free. She didn't charge you is what I'm asking.
No, they were complimentary for,
Oh,
for
okay.
Chris. They gave it to Chris. They were
No.
complimentary. Yeah.
That's what I figured.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I'm like, so like, I mean, you made out pretty well.
Yeah, we made out very well.
Yeah,
We made out very well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're talking those seats are everybody like knew somebody in there.
Yeah.
And whether they were family
Gotcha.
or you know what I mean. So yeah, we
How's James Hetfield looking nowadays, man?
he's looking old, but he's
Yeah.
looking fit. He looks like his voice is
Yeah.
amazing.
Oh yeah.
All those guys, man.
He always had a good voice.
Those-
I'll give him that.
Those guys played for a little over 2 hours,
Yeah.
and the drums would fall into the stage and pop up somewhere else. So Lars was like everywhere, and the stage was round and huge. So
Yeah.
they were just constantly.
Isn't it
going
crazy
around.
how much concerts have evolved over the years? And
It
how
was nuts.
It's not like when the Beatles came to America and they're playing on a stage and they're just like playing whatever. Now it's like, let's add a 360 tour
Yeah.
to this, and the drums are gonna pop up here, and then we're gonna put this one on the pulley thingamajigger or whatever, and have them fly.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, man. No matter where you sat in that stadium, because that stage was round, they made their way around. Like
Yeah.
everybody got to see. It's not like you're on this side and you're just looking at the back of their heads.
Yeah.
And it was just cool, man. Because like the lights would go down and you'd look and like the drums are gone,
Yeah.
and then boom, like something explodes, and then like Lars is sitting there on the other side of the. It was really freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
I saw a couple comedians there, Bob Kelly and
Yeah, I saw
Big
you
J
put
Okerson.
a photo.
I had better seats than them. It was
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But I got a cool picture with one of them, and it was just such a great.
I told you. I
time,
remember
man.
telling you. I saw him do stand up at the Comedy Cellar.
Oh,
I had
he's my
I
favorite.
had the seat that was right in front of the microphone.
Yeah.
So I had to hear. I was part of every damn joke
Yeah,
that he
yeah,
had.
yeah.
I was like, oh,
He-
God,
he's
not
my
again,
favorite.
Not again.
And I follow all his social media and stuff, so I knew who his son was, and I was
Yeah.
like, Bob, Max, his son, and he's like,
Oh,
yo, what's up, man?
Yeah.
So it was
That's
pretty
great.
dope, man.
That's great. That's
There were
great.
so many people there too, like that we know.
I saw people post. Did you see? I had. I think I texted you a photo. Of the stage. I was like, I was trying to play
Yeah.
Where's Johnny
Yeah,
because
that was on the other side.
Yeah, I couldn't find him. I was like, oh, I think he's in that area somewhere.
Yeah. And then they played Enter Sandman, and that's when the mosh pit got pretty
yeah.
pretty serious. And
Did they
so,
play
so
Unforgiven?
Chris went in there. They did play Unforgiven.
I love
Yeah,
Unforgiven.
Wherever I May Roam.
Yeah, that's another good one. Yeah.
Chris, we had a lot to drink.
Yeah.
So my buddy says, I'm going in. I was like, you're going in? I was like, all right, you go first.
Yeah.
So he goes in, and he held his own. I go in. I think I lasted a half a second. Somebody threw an elbow into my chest, and I went flying backwards. And the security guard caught me, and the security guard looks at me and goes, you sure you want to go in there? I was like, no, man. Thank you. I
Yeah.
was like, I'll stand behind you.
Yeah.
And he was cracking up. Like, security, everything was cool. Everybody was just cool.
Yeah.
Such a good
Did
experience.
you get a
man.
pick?
I got about 8 picks.
No, you didn't.
And I actually got one for you that I forgot to bring because I came from work. It's a blackened pick. With, the blackened whiskey.
No.
label on it. Yeah. So I have to remember to bring that next
That's
time. I was so excited to bring it for you today, and
That's frameworthy right there, man.
I've had
Yeah.
the lady. I got about 8 picks. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I didn't get a drumstick though. I wanted a drumstick.
Yeah.
Dude, the guy right in front of me. So Five Finger Death Punch comes on, and they were first, and he goes, "We want you to go. Anybody you're standing next to, introduce yourselves." This one guy was there by himself. He's like, "Hey, I'm Mo." I was like, "What's up, Mo, John?" And then he was, by himself and just rocking out. And the guy was like, and he threw his stick right at him. I was like, oh man.
Well, you should have rocked out, man. You should have. I don't know though. I would feel that Lars' drumsticks smell like shit
His drumsticks were black.
because I don't know what he's doing with those things.
Actually, this was Five Finger Death Punch's.
Oh, that's right. You just said that. Yeah, sorry. That's right.
But we met some of them. They came down into the pit
Yeah.
after their show, right before Metallica came on. So
Yeah.
I got a picture with a couple of guys from Five Finger Death Punch.
I don't know too much of their stuff. I've heard of them, but I don't know.
You know what? Their stuff is pretty good. Some of it's a little rough. Otherwise, they're Army vets.
Yeah.
The lead singer was a bad alcoholic. Now he's sober. He owns a
Gotcha. Dispensary.
Yeah,
He's sober but smokes weed.
but just really cool guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's actually they're a little hard, but they're a really good band.
Yeah, I've heard of them. I think Frank, our buddy who was there too as well, with our friend Damien, is a big Five Finger Death Punch
Yeah,
fan.
in the park, I saw him in the parking lot.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I've seen them like 6-7 times. So as soon as I got in there, and dude, the guy was literally above me, like slapping hands with us. I got a nice close picture, of him, and I text Frank right away. Yeah, I go, look where I am. He goes, you're in there? I was like, I'm in the pit, man. I'm in the pit. He goes, hey, are they checking bracelets pretty close in there? I was like, yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
It's like Fort Knox in there, man.
Yeah. Thanks.
Actually, at the end of the show, we went to go get some beers, and we came back in, and
Yeah, I guess we want to.
and one of the security guards is like, man, you can't bring beer in there. We were like, what? Everybody's got beer in there. He's like, you're working. You can't go in there. Beer. So he's like, you got to take that sticker off. I was like, all right. I took the sticker off. I still had the bracelet on, and he's like, all right, now you can go in there.
Oh, that's funny.
I was like, I'm not a worker. Look at me. Am I a worker?
He's right.
Yeah, I guess.
Someone could get the wrong impression, man. They're like, why is the worker drinking beers in here? She was supposed to be protecting us.
Yeah.
You should have pretended you were security. Security.
Yeah.
Security.
I should have been like, pretend I had something like, what's your name? Bill? Bill's not letting us in. We have to get in there. This beer's for the band.
Or you could be like, Jessica, the band requires you to take your top off during.
Well, I'm not going to lie. There were a couple of females wearing some see-through clothes. They get a little dressed up to go to these places, and they want the band to see their goods. Like something's going to happen. Like 70-year-old James Hetfield's going to jump off the stage and be like, come on.
Was John like, honey, you see what she's doing right there?
I was.
That is horrible.
I would never let you wear that. Look at that. Is that a nipple ring? God.
Is that a nipple ring?
All right, we got another EQ. We're going back to the IPAs.
Yes.
This is Fractal.
Fractal.
It's one of their series, right? They have a lot of fractals.
Yeah, Dom, our buddy Dom, he's always like Fractal,
Yeah.
man. He loves his Fractal.
And this is Strata.
Strata, yeah. The Strata's the type of hops, right?
Yeah, it's type of hop. This is coming at 6.8%.
All right. Well,
And,
cheers.
Equilibrium is always very pineapple to me. Let's see.
You said that as I was drinking, and I'm like, yep, pineapple. I'm like, yep. It's tropical to me.
It's very tropical, but it smells like a hoppy beer. You know
Smells
what I
good.
mean?
I like
Oh,
it.
it smells delicious. Oh, I love Equilibrium.
Yeah, good job, EQ. They've been doing great things. You know what's cool? When I was there, it was the owner and the head brewer were out there.
Oh yeah.
They were talking to some guy about some business stuff or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I kind of wanted to get in there and be like, "So what are we talking about, guys?
Yeah, hey,
Any
yeah.
input you need? You know,
You need me
Yeah.
to try some barley?
Cool people there. The head brewer went before. I'm talking like when I first started going there years ago, when it first opened. I went into that tasting room I said that was part of the
Yeah.
restaurant. I went in there, and it was the bartender and then the head brewer came in, and they were just tasting random different brewery beers. I remember specifically one was like a Prairie, might have been like a birthday one or something they had.
Okay.
They were just whatever, and I was the only one in the tasting room sitting by myself, and the guys are like, "Get over here! You want to do some tastings with us?" So they were pretty cool, man.
Yeah, man, that's the cool thing. If you have like a random afternoon, especially like during the week, not a weekend, and you can go into one of these breweries when they like first open,
Yeah,
you get to like almost see what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You get to talk to people because the bartender's bored. You know what I mean? They want
Yeah.
to talk, and
Yeah.
the owner's there.
Yeah,
Like, man,
it's-
scared. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
The guy was letting us taste the barley right out of the bag, asking for opinions.
I know
Man,
we
it
need
was
to be
so
doing
cool,
more
man.
day drinking, and
That's the thing. Yeah.
but it was cool because at the time, Equilibrium was probably like my favorite brewery at
Yeah.
that time because I was like, man, these guys are making some good stuff. And to talk to the guy that was making the juice, you know, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wow, man, he's just. And I was asking him like, how'd you get your start? And like, how'd you end up here? And you know, and everything. He's like, oh yeah, I was just homebrewing. That's all. He's like, I was homebrewing, and
It seems like that's how it starts for everybody.
yeah. But there's a passion there, and he's been doing great with it. And this is solid, awesome. Fractal Strata,
Very good.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Good food, good beer, good environment.
Yeah,
Make your way up to Middletown.
absolutely. Have you? Did you catch any of the Women's World Cups?
Well,
episodes at all?
I didn't watch any
Episodes.
games.
Did you watch any of the episodes?
Yeah, I saw episode 2.
Games. I meant to say.
I didn't get to watch any games live because
Yeah.
obviously they were on at like 4, 5, 3 o'clock in the morning, whatever it was.
It's tough. Like it's. I don't know if it's the promoting of it or this or that. It didn't really. I didn't catch any games.
Yeah.
None.
I just watched highlights. I enjoy watching the World Cup, you know, and our U.S. women, you know, they're always very good and they're always making it to the finals and winning. And it wasn't their year this year.
No.
You know, and,
What happened there? Was it penalty kicks or something like
penalty
that?
kicks were missed. You know, and I hate to say that an athlete's head and heart is not into it.
Yeah.
This year just felt different.
Well, I think when you are constantly winning a lot of times, it happened to. Remember when it happened with the men's basketball team?
Yeah.
And
then they finally lost.
Yeah, and they lost, and we're like, wait, what happens?
Yeah.
They were dominating.
Yeah.
The Dream Team. Remember the original Dream Team? No one
Yeah.
could beat that team.
No.
And I think when you let things get to your head and you're overconfident, sometimes, you know, things don't work in your favor.
Yeah. You know, I question, you know, there was a lot of young players.
Mm-hmm.
I question some of the older ones, you know, maybe that shouldn't have been there, or maybe guiding some of these younger ones in the wrong direction.
What was that one? Rapino or something like that?
Yeah,
She's
Rapino.
and she's there's too much drama around that woman, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like she brought bad juju this time around. You know, she was amazing last World Cup 2019, you know, the one before that. This was her last one, and the drama that she brings with her now, to me, is just kind of...
well, she's getting too political. Wasn't she kneeling and stuff, too, for...
Yeah,
you know?
they compare her to, like, Colin Kaepernick, you know, trying to get your point across. You know?
God.
But it's sports, man. Why can't we just separate sports?
Just play the freaking game.
Just play the game.
Yeah.
Like, everything's got to be an agenda.
It's different, I think, like, say, with Jackie Robinson days. Jackie Robinson, they didn't want blacks in the league. They didn't want... That was something that was hitting home right at the sport itself.
Right.
Where they didn't want him playing.
Yeah. I don't want to compare it. I mean, I get it. There's, you know, the LGBTQ plus whatever community is... I think they're thriving. I think they're doing pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's still a lot of shit they get, and you know, sometimes it's not safe for them.
Yeah.
But I think in like the sports world and stuff, they're starting to, you know,
Yeah, even football players. There's plenty
Yeah,
of
they're
football
coming
players
out.
that came out, yeah.
and then the political stuff though, I don't even think it's about the LGBT. I mean, she was a big thing about, you know, women's pay. All right.
Yeah.
She stood up for women to get equal pays like the men. I get that. To me, the women are more
I
exciting
don't-
than the men.
I don't get that. I don't get it only because it's a business. First and foremost, it's always going to be a business. You're getting paid to do a job. If you look at a television show that's not getting ratings, what happens? That show gets canceled.
Right.
In this case, unfortunately for the women, the men's league, soccer, all that stuff has a lot more viewers.
Yeah.
And I think that's what comes into play is that you need to be making us money for us to pay you the money. If you're not making us the money, then how are we going to pay you to do, you know? They need those viewers.
Yeah. Yeah, I see your point there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I see both points. Women want to be equal, which they are. Some are, you know, I have women in my life that are
Oh, absolutely. I'm all for that. Don't get me wrong.
more superior than I am.
Don't get me wrong at all. I'm just saying, if you're not getting the viewers in, then why are we going to pay you for it, you know?
But do that shit during the MLS season. It's
Yeah.
the World Cup, man. You're representing your country.
Yes, you're
play soccer.
Yes.
Keep your agendas in the back
Yes.
seat and play soccer and bring home the gold for our country.
Yes, absolutely. You show pride in your country. Don't show that we are having issues or doing this or doing that or something that you're not happy about and you want to cry about. And
We don't like Donald Trump as our president in 2019. We don't like Donald Trump as our... Don't worry about Donald Trump. Just play the Play the fucking game.
Speak for yourself. Yeah.
Play the game.
Yeah, just speak for yourself. If you don't like
exactly,
them,
you're going to drive people away that do like Donald Trump.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
We need unity at that time.
What did Trump say recently though about her?
Yeah.
He's like,
What did he say? He blamed her.
Yeah.
You know, obviously, and
he's like, you're everything that's wrong with this
yeah,
country.
you're everything that's wrong with this country. Yeah. Well, she said something. Well, that last World Cup in 2019, you know, her and a couple other women said that they didn't like the America they lived in, and and blah blah blah. And you know, when people say that, then fucking get out.
Yes.
You know, Whoopi Goldberg.
Yeah.
I'm gonna move. You're still here.
Yeah.
So we called your bluff.
Yeah, go to the Middle East. See how you do over there.
See how you like it.
Yeah.
See how they treat the women there.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know. I love the World Cup. I like watching, you know, the women play. I just the agenda this year was just it was too much. It wasn't good, man.
Yes, it takes the fun out of things.
It took the real fun out of it.
One of the biggest things when it comes to the Olympics, when it comes to things like these World Cup events, is having pride in your country, rooting for America, rooting for your country, rooting. And when you see all this other mumbo jumbo shit in there, you know, and they're complaining about this or complaining about that, it takes away. It takes that pride that maybe one of her young fans, she gets one of her young fans more focused on whatever she's whining about that day than having pride and celebrating our country.
I mean, to me, sports is a getaway from all this shit that we live in and day out.
Yeah.
You know, I go home and I want to sit and watch the Yankees play. You know, they may piss me off because they're losing, but I want to be entertained. You know, I watch football. I can't wait for football. You know, it takes away for 3 or 4 hours out of my busy day. It just takes me away to a place where I'm like, this is fun.
Well, do you remember how much fun it took out of football with the whole kneeling thing and this and that? And it made you like you didn't want to watch it. You know, you're like, I don't even want to watch this.
And
now.
look what happened, though. He's not around anymore.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick is trying to make a comeback now for what, 6 years?
Yeah.
Nobody will take him.
Yeah.
Because you brought your politics to the game.
Yes.
And it shouldn't be there.
You're bringing
Just
drama that
play.
we don't want.
You were a good player. You came in and took your team to you were a good player.
Yeah.
You fucked it up.
Yeah.
Dude, just keep your mouth shut and play. God gave you a gift to play football, man. I wish God gave me a gift to do anything like that.
Yeah, you were given such a great gift. And wasn't he adopted too? Wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was adopted by
wealthy white people.
Yeah, wealthy white people. And meanwhile, you're like, wait a second. You're speaking out against whites, but the whites are the ones that came and took you under their wing. You know, it's like
I get it that you want to use your popularity and you want to be a role model for good, you know, but do it not on game day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like once it's game day, come in for the game.
Yeah.
People putting stickers on their helmets and kneeling and walking off the field and
this is once again, this is not Jackie Robinson days either. You know what I mean? And they got rid of Jim Harbaugh too. Remember that, man? Jim Harbaugh was probably the best coach that they had. Freaking for what did he do, 1 year or something?
Yeah.
He got him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, his brother beat him, but yeah. And you know, like what happened?
He went back to college.
Yeah, he went back to college.
He was like, "Fuck this! I don't need you."
They didn't like him.
No, and he didn't need him.
Yeah. They didn't like him, but he was. I mean, if you take a team your first year, and I think it was his first year, and you take him to the Super Bowl, you know, and then they get rid of him the next year, then he's gone the next year. It's unbelievable.
I don't know. Like I said, I just don't like people using their, you know, use your popularity for something good. Mm-hmm. Don't be controversial. And when it comes time to do your work, go to work, man.
Yeah.
Go to work.
Yeah.
You know, we use our voices here for what? To show people what a good beer is or a good bourbon is, you know? We speak our minds, but we're not pushing agendas on anybody, you know? Not like we're that level of
I think that a big part of this podcast here is just sometimes you got to laugh at life. You know, you got to laugh at what it hands you. You got to laugh at the stupidity out there and what people, you know, and what they do. And I think that's what we're pretty honest, I think, as far as things go.
Yeah,
you
I
know,
mean,
we're
What are we gonna get canceled? I'm not getting paid to be here.
yeah. This is
I
fun
don't
for
give
us.
a shit.
This is fun for us.
You're not gonna like me anymore if I say the
Yeah.
wrong thing. I mean, then go.
No, but we try to keep it.
We just keep it honest and how we
and
feel.
honest, but as we try to keep it a level playing ground. You know, when it comes to things.
Oh, yeah, we give both
play-
sides of the story.
Yes, we do play plenty of devil's advocate here. But you know, it's one of those things that you got to just come on, people. Don't be stupid.
I respect people who use their popularity for good. I don't respect people who push their popularity for their own agenda.
Yeah.
You're an actor, act. You're a athlete.
Play ball.
I don't know. If you're a fucking beer drinker, then drink.
Yeah. But you know, we're all, once again, we're all for the women's movement and getting things, you know. But
Hell yeah.
The bottom line, like I said, I think a lot of it has to do with you need to get that money into those networks. You need to get those viewers. You need to.
This was just a bad World Cup because wherever, I don't even know where it was played. Where was it played? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But you can't watch a World Cup game at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
You know how they'll get the viewers. Oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm
if
gonna
they
come.
were in like brawn underwear. I think there's a league that does that.
I can't.
Remember the lingerie football league?
I'm gonna come across as the biggest chauvinist if I say
Yeah.
this.
You see some of them, you don't want to see them in their brown underwear.
Oh yeah, I guess not.
You need like the lingerie. Remember the lingerie football league? Yeah, you need that.
Speaking of women, we are about to try something different right now.
Oh, we are. Okay. All right. I didn't wonder where you were great. Speaking of women, and you went down there. I was like,
Yes, I'm like, he really is. No, John. So if you guys don't know, if you quote the episode, we did an episode, and not to put Magnify down, we do a lot of Magnify
we
beers.
love Magnify.
But we keep bringing this up this poor episode where we had their version of Arizona green tea.
Yeah.
John just brought this over, and I'm not a big fan of these things and whatever. There's a spiked beverage, but for the sake of,
Are you an Arizona fan, though? Do you like Arizona iced tea?
I used to drink it back in the day. I did, yeah.
Lemon? You'd like the green tea?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did, yeah. Did you try this one already?
I have.
Oh, you took the fun out of it. You should have lied.
All right. I've not tried that one yet.
but this is so. When we did the Magnify one, John goes, "What's that smell?" He looked at me as if I farted.
Right? I was looking down for the dogs. I thought maybe the dog took a dump on your
It's like,
feet.
John, no, that was amazing.
No.
I said it's the beer.
Smell the beer.
Or whatever it was. It's not technically a beer.
No, it's
but,
not a beer.
But so he brought this, and I said, for the sake of that episode and that we did that, it'd be nice to have a nice comparison. So this is actually made by Arizona.
This is Arizona. This comes in a multi-pack of peach, regular lemon, and then the ginseng.
All right.
And this is 5%. So almost the same as the Pilsner.
Oh, man.
You know?
Yeah.
Give it a shot.
Cheers.
Don't smell like shit.
Wow.
Right?
I honestly feel like I'm drinking the Arizona green tea right now.
Yeah.
And that there is no alcohol in this
Nope.
right now.
And you drink a few of these, you know how that's going to sneak up on you?
And it actually has green tea in it, too?
Yeah.
So green,
It's got ginseng.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's made with green tea and it's got ginseng and honey.
This is really good.
It's insane, right?
This is really good.
It's
yeah.
really good.
And like I said, I don't usually do these kind of beers, but for the sake of it being something that they try to replicate and almost duplicate what they had as far as a non-alcoholic drink,
They did it.
they did it.
They succeeded.
It doesn't
This
smell like
is-
farts.
I'll take this over Twisted Tea. You know, a lot of these companies are doing this. I bought for my wife like a Simply, you know, the Simply Orange, like the orange juice?
Yeah.
They make a hard, like orange juice now.
Yeah.
Like they make hard drinks.
It's unbelievable. And it's not like super sweet.
There's no aftertaste.
There's no aftertaste. But one of my biggest gripes with a lot of these seltzers and these things, they're just too sweet for me.
Some of them are too sweet, and then some of them, because the calories are so low, they used all that aspartame, and then there's that aftertaste, and right,
hate
it's
that.
gross. This
That dirty sugar.
I don't think says no. You know, like White Claw is like 100, calories, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, you drink this.
Yeah.
But this is, I'm sure it's sugary.
Bravo, Arizona.
It's good, man.
Very good.
You can drink this with like dinner and not even realize you're drinking a hard drink.
No.
I will say the peach is very sweet, though.
Yeah.
The peach is
I can't
sweet.
do that. I can't.
The peach is sweet.
This I can.
The lemon, the hard tea is the best one.
I could have like one of the actual Arizona
green tea.
cans, of this.
Yeah. The green tea is the best one.
Yeah. For our listeners that aren't watching this, that are listening to this on our Spotify, it's a small. It's not a big can. It's not like the typical.
No, it's 12
green
ounces, but it's like the
tea.
skinny can.
Yeah.
It looks like the green tea can, if it the giant green tea
Yeah,
can.
the giant one,
But it's a little mini skinny 12-ounce can.
and it says hard on it.
It says hard.
You would think it'd be bigger.
Yeah, well, this depends on the person. But I don't know. I bought it and I was like, oh, I need to bring this because the one we did.
Yeah,
and,
I know. Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to get some seltzers on this show and it just won't happen.
Yeah. Well,
I found a new one I like. Happy Dad.
Happy Dad.
Happy Dad. You ever hear the Nelke Boys?
Are they trying to manify seltzers or something, make them more masculine or something?
I think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy Dad.
Happy Dad.
It's like dad, not your father's root beer when remember that was popular.
Not your dad's root beer. Yeah. You ever hear the Nelke Boys?
No.
They're like big YouTubers and TikTokers and they make it and it's very good.
Speaking of I saw a reel or clip or something of the Johnny Drinks.
Oh, you saw?
It popped up on the thing.
Nice.
The one guy, the father. I like the father.
Yeah, the father's the man. That's Johnny.
He reminds me
Johnny
of
Senior.
Stanley Tucci a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, right.
He's got,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
has that swag, that kind of swagger.
Yeah.
He's got that look.
Yeah,
and sophisticated, knows what he's doing, knows what he's talking about.
Very smooth about how
Very
he talks and
smooth.
acts.
Yeah. It was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Hey, the son commented back on our video and
Oh, he did?
on our Instagram story. Yeah, and he's like, "Thank you." And yeah.
Oh wow, didn't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's stick to the women's theme right now too.
Let's go because I'm looking at somebody. Wait, you mean the tea or the?
The one thing I was going to mention. You want to just go right to the bourbon?
Yeah, let's go. I mean, she's looking pretty hot.
Okay.
I mean, we can talk about it while you're pouring it.
Oh, I was just going to mention, we had it on our list of things that we could talk about possibly while I'm opening this. Barbie, $1 billion in the box office.
Barbie killed it, man.
Oh
Barbie
my
absolutely killed
God.
it. And I'm not surprised. Barbie's a big deal. Barbie's been around a long time.
I mean, Margot Robbie's pretty damn hot too.
She's in my top.
She's a looker. Yeah, and she's English. I think English, right?
Is she?
English or Australian or one of those things, yeah.
Australian, I would like. English, not so much.
She's not American, I'll tell you that. I feel like she's English.
She was also the villain there in Batman, right? Harley Quinn? Was she Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
Yes, she was very unattractive.
And who
let me
played-
tell you.
Who played Ken? That was what's his name?
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
So
I could do it out.
So now I think they said the name Barbie has been searched for new kids' names now. Like it was up by
we're gonna have 100 Barbies.
400%, and my name Ken.
Oh yeah,
is up like
Dude.
200% or something.
Ken's gonna make a comeback, dude.
Oh God.
Ken's gonna make a comeback. John's out the way.
Good,
out the
because
door,
Ken
and
had my name had a bad name because of the whole oh, she's a Karen. Karen was bigger.
Yeah. Well-
but it was always Karen and Ken.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought it was Karen and Chad.
I always would say Chad.
Yeah,
I would
Chad,
say Chad,
right?
but
Who's a Chad?
no, but it was it's Ken. But
Ken's gonna make a comeback,
yeah,
but it's just gonna be Ken though.
but good for Barbie. I didn't watch
You're
it.
Kenneth.
I
think it's just gonna be
short.
Ken.
It's short for. Well, yeah, you're just John.
I'm
right?
just John.
You're not Jonathan.
I'm not Jonathan. I'm John Frank. I'm not John Francis. Jonathan
Yeah.
Francis.
Yeah,
Jonathan Franklin.
Yeah, but good for Barbie. Over $1 billion. I never thought I would see that happen.
My daughters did not want to see it.
Oh, really?
No. No.
Interesting.
No.
But it's interesting though too with the whole Barbie thing and how they personify women and everything
Yeah.
of that sort. Do you think that's like?
Listen, but if you go to Barbie, there's a Barbie for almost every woman. There's
Yeah. Native American Barbie.
bloated Barbie.
Yeah, bloated Barbie.
Barbie on her period. You know what I mean? Trailer trash Barbie. There's a lot of Barbies.
Yeah.
They're different colors. They're
I know.
different styles.
But does that make it Barbie anyway? Shouldn't Barbie just be the
Barbie's the California blonde girl.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, but you gotta.
Do you want your daughter to look up to like, they feel they need to look like that
No.
blonde hair, blue eyed,
No.
I was watching something about that, and it was I forget where I was watching. It was about. It might have been Shark Tank or something like that, and it was a couple that started making like these dolls, and it was black dolls, and she said their daughter went up to them and said, "I'm not beautiful because I don't look like that."
Yeah,
You know?
I see that.
And
I mean,
it's horrible when you hear something like that. But should they change who Barbie is? Maybe they should make someone else that is part of the collection that is beautiful, that is black or whatever, but maybe not call it Barbie. No?
I mean, like Little Mermaid, right? Little
Yeah.
Mermaid. There's a black Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Right? The new movie.
Yeah,
Annie, the new Annie was black.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Karate Kid.
you have to appeal to everybody.
Yeah,
I don't mind it.
yeah.
Traditional Barbie, yes. Blonde, big boobs,
I
skinny
think that's-
waist.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you do have to put out an Asian Barbie
Yeah.
or a heavy Barbie to appeal to the kids, like so they feel good about themselves.
Are they all called Barbie though? That's what I'm trying to figure out, or if it's
I
called.
think they're. I don't know.
Or is it like Malibu Barbie? It has a different name. Like,
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know enough about Barbies,
Like
but
massage parlor Barbie, and it's like an Asian Barbie. Like I don't know. I don't know.
anyways, before we get ourselves in more trouble,
Yeah.
good for Barbie
Good
on
job,
$1 billion and
Hell yeah.
whatever. And right now, speaking of women,
Barbie
there is like a Barbie on the back. No, she's
in a corset and a.
yeah. Whoever designed this bottle,
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Because I'm going to stare at this a little. No, I'm joking. This is called. This is by San Diego Distillery. I'm part of. Once again, I do these picks. I buy these picks. I don't do the picks from these Facebook groups where they get them from different distilleries, like Good Times or all over. And this one in particular is from San Diego Distillery. And I'm reading the names: Triforce, Derek Augusta. So these guys,
Yeah, I see those guys there.
Kevin
That's
Johnson.
what I was looking at.
I talked to this guy when I'm
He
doing.
played for the Suns back in the late '80s, early '90s.
Okay, Jay. Yeah. This is a different Kevin Johnson, but he's the guy who I send the money to whenever I buy these
okay.
things. Yeah. But this one, they called it themselves, so they actually would call it the name of what it kind of is in a way. This is cast strength, actually. Pretty cool. It's bourbon finished in chocolate mead, like honey mead barrels. And this is coming in. This is a 6 year, 6 months, coming in at 54% alcohol. So what's that? 104 proof. Yeah, I mean, I've never had this one, so it's pretty cool to try
So
it
I'm
out.
going to assume they're out of San Diego, California.
Yeah, yes, I think that's safe to assume.
Right? Is that safe to assume?
Yeah.
They're not like in Newark, New
Bottled
Jersey.
by San Diego Distillery, Spring Valley, San Diego, California.
Isn't that where Marty McFly was from? Spring Valley?
Was it Spring Valley? I know it was Spring Valley, New York.
Oh, no, that was Hill Valley.
Oh, Hill Valley, yeah.
The stupid hard iced tea. It's getting me.
Oh, that damn hard iced tea. Well,
All right,
let's give it a sniff. Any chocolate on that?
Negative.
I'm getting something. I don't know if it's
It's the
chocolate,
mead.
but it also says chocolate pound cake. I think I'm getting pound cake on it.
It does smell sweet.
I'm getting more. I'm getting like a chocolate kind of now that I'm.
The more
I'm looking
so,
for it.
So watching neat, right?
Yeah.
You don't smell with your nose. You smell with your mouth and your nose.
That was that one girl that said that. Yes, and I
She
kind
was
of
pretty
followed
hot.
that rule.
Castle and Key, right?
No, it
Was she
wasn't
the
Castle Key. No, it was the one that went into the liquor store and the guy brought out the seasoned Woody H.
Yeah,
Taylor
yeah.
or something.
She didn't
was
work
like
Castle and Key?
No, that wasn't the same girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Hot too though.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's got some spice to it.
I do taste the chocolate.
Yeah.
It's on the back end.
Yeah.
It's on the tongue. I like it.
I'm indifferent to it right now at this point. But we just cracked this bottle. I always say sometimes you get that first pour and then you have it a couple weeks later. It's a different animal.
I 100% taste the chocolate.
I feel it's kind of rye forward. Is it? It's not a rye though. I mean, it's a. Yeah, it's bourbon. Yeah.
You put a little bit of water in your mouth when you drink it at the same time. There's chocolate all day.
Yeah.
Lick
No,
your
I'm not
lips.
saying I don't get that. I get more of that cake though. Chocolate pound cake. I think they hit it on with it.
I think they hit it on the head.
Yeah.
To be honest with you,
Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad.
I see something like this is up my alley.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like the flavor. I like the sweet.
Yeah.
It's really good.
There was something a little bit off there for me, though. I don't know if it's because I just had green tea.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, maybe it's mixing in there.
Went from a Pilsner or an IPA to a tea.
Yeah. Let me try the water thing.
I'm digging this. Not just because there's like a burlesque model on the bottle. I think it's really good.
It almost tastes to me. It tastes a little scotchy to me.
I've never had scotch.
I don't know.
I've never had scotch in my life.
I got to
so
do a
wouldn't know what
scotch
to
on
say.
here, man. I got to do something smoky on here for you. Maybe next episode I'll grab something smoky.
Yeah, I've never had scotch.
No, it doesn't have to be scotch, but I could do something smoky.
I like smoky.
Yeah, I have something.
The bear?
The bear. The bears. Well,
No,
regardless.
very good. I
Good
like
stuff.
it.
Good stuff. San Diego Distillery out of San Diego.
Now, you said this was a store pick
Yeah, I got it from the Facebook group. Yeah.
from a Facebook group.
Yeah. Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Not like a local.
No. These guys
Got
are from
that shipped
all
to you.
over the country, actually. So yeah.
Okay.
So that's the cool thing about it. You get to try some bourbons
A
from.
little more on the pricier side, though, I would assume.
Yeah. All of these ones are. Yeah, when I get them, they're not,
Yeah. You're not trading. You're
no,
buying.
I'm buying. They usually sell them in sets. So I have one. The next one that's going to be coming my way is a honey amberana by Good
I love the
Times.
Amberana. You got me into the Amberana.
Yeah, it's a honey
You know,
amberana.
every time I go to like Total Wines or I look for like an Amberana, but I
Yeah.
don't see any.
Yeah.
Am I not looking in the right spot, or are they probably not in stores?
Yeah, you're not going to.
They're just probably not in stores.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for no reason.
If you want, next time I buy something that's amberana, I'll
Yeah, let me know. Let me know.
But it's a honey amberana, which to me is going to probably taste similar to the Penelope Rio, which is a honey amberana
Yeah.
that came out recently. And then the other one was it was something like ice cream or something flavor. It was something different. It was, what the hell was the name of it? Anyways, it was
But if anybody wants to buy that,
Neapolitan. That was it. Neapolitan.
oh,
Yeah.
vanilla chocolate strawberry.
Yeah. It was
So if
Neapolitan.
somebody wants to buy something like that, they should join a Facebook group.
Yeah, you gotta get into that. I'm not gonna throw. You know what it is? I can't just throw the name out there
No. I don't want you to throw the name
because then, like, I can't vouch for people I don't know.
but you just don't want, some of our watchers, listeners, whatever, they may be like, oh, I would love to try that. Where can I find it?
Yeah. The problem is these Facebook groups get shut down very quick,
Okay.
and
It's like that black
you're
market shit.
technically not supposed to be doing this on Facebook, bourbon, alcohol
Yeah.
related. So
Okay.
that's why. But these guys are all good people.
Just to let everybody know, though, that's not like if you're looking for this,
Yeah.
you have to look a little hard.
Yeah.
You're
yeah,
not going to walk
there's
into
plenty
your,
of groups.
your local liquor store and
Well, you might be in San Diego. Might be able to get something
San
similar
Diego,
very
yeah.
easily. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. I haven't seen this in stores by us, but
all right.
Well-
shout out today,
yep.
Equilibrium
EQ,
Classic, loving what we're doing.
Arizona, great job.
Arizona,
Yeah,
We even
wow.
shocked him.
It shocked me. This is true.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee.
Rest in peace, Pee Wee.
Shout out Metallica, and
He's
everybody
off
who
to
got
Never,
us
Neverland.
in there that day. That was great. Shout out to the women's soccer team. We sorry you guys.
Better luck next year.
Yeah, well, it's a few years.
A few years. That's
Shout
true.
out Barbie. Shout out San Diego Distillery.
Yes. And shout out to Johnny.
Shout out to Ken.
Cheers, bud.
Cheers.
And as
Appreciate you
always,
today.
cheers to you guys.
Peace.
Later.